All right. All right. We good? Wow, okay. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, Wolfpack? How y'all doing? You guys good? All right. Let's see if I can change that. Just joking. Just joking. What's going on, Wolfpack? My name is Tim Black. I'm trying to check sound. This is the Tim Black Show. And you know how we do. Yes, yes. That's not it. There it is. That's it. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. Give it up for the Wolfpack in the house. In the house, yo. In the house. All right, guys. So, wow, looking good, people. Looking good. Want to thank everybody for tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Give it up for my Wolfpack members, all my Patreon supporters, official Wolfpack members. Thank you for being here. If you watch tonight's show and you're like, okay, I like this. This is good. Become a member at jointimblack.com. That's how we keep the show going. Because believe me, YouTube don't treat me right. Well, they treat me right if abuse is a way to treat someone. All right. So, I have a lot of haters. I really do. I didn't realize I had so many haters. Haters help you, but they have to be bigger. So what I need is big hate. A big hate like the size of Kwame Brown, the way that, like big people hate Kwame Brown right now. I need that type of infusion. So I could pull a Roy and Mal. You know what I mean? My boss is a jackass. Hold on. I'm the boss. What is up? What is up? What is up, man? I got a lot of hate, man. Jesus Christ. And speaking of Jesus Christ, you see what they did to him? Why should I be any different, right? Well, guys, this is a Tim Black Show, and on here we gripe. And we take swipes at the establishment. But more importantly than all of that, we educate, we inform, and we laugh, man. We laugh, man, because you got to laugh, Johnson. Oh, you got to laugh to keep from crying. I want to thank my moderators who try to keep things somewhat civil without being too overhanded or heavy-handed or lead-footed. Mrs. Black got a lead foot. That's right. Mrs. Black has a lead foot. She drives too fast. And so it's okay if you got a wife like mine who drives too fast. I'm in a car like this sometimes. You know the cops can't pull you over, right? You are black, Mrs. Black. That's just random. Sometimes we do random things on this show. Everybody okay? Everybody hearing okay? Beyonce. David Melford said, haters from Facebook. Exactly, David, for $300. $300. Not giving or receiving. I just thought I'd say that. I joined Clubhouse. Give it up for Tim Black trying not to be so standoffish. Yeah, I joined Clubhouse, y'all. Anybody on Clubhouse? Find me on Clubhouse. Add me on Clubhouse. Yeah. A decade doing this. And somehow I don't, I just feel like I need to circulate more. I need to get around. Spread the love around. All right, guys. It's Thursday. I got a number of topics to hit. As usual, we have a Nina Turner update. Give it up for that. That's right, a Senator Nina Turner update. S&T update, y'all. We got a Feel Good Damn It segment, a new one. Yeah, baby. That's a hit, People really like that segment. And we got some other stuff as well. Remember, tomorrow is the call-in show, Freedom Friday. It's an institution around here. Become a part of that. And I want to start tonight, though, with a little bit of a plea, sort of. Damn, that doesn't sound right. A plea? Nah, not a plea. It's just, it's just Tim Black talking to some folks. That's all. I want to talk to some folks. Because I've seen this thing happening. This thing that's happening. When people are so upset with the Democrats, and look, they have every reason to be upset. You got every reason in the world to be upset with the Democrats, yo. In fact, if you're not upset with the Democrats, I don't got no use for you. Because that means you're not a real, authentic person. That means you're not keeping it real, and you're no good to the people. Because anybody who's not upset with the Democrats, I got a problem with them. That means they're not paying attention, or they're on the take, they're taking money. And I ain't talking about quarters and nickels and dimes, I'm talking about real money, or they're looking for money, right? Because there's no way you're not upset with the Democrats. Right? Here's the kicker about that, though, y'all. You should be upset with Republicans, too, because they suck, too. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. See, it's human nature, right? You focus your attention on the Democrats because maybe you used to be one. Maybe there was a time when you voted Democrat, like I voted Democrat. And by and large, Republicans are disgusting. Like, they're not disgusting. They don't. I have yet to hear a policy from them that would impact my community in a way that was actually vitally important, or that I felt like I wanted to champion for it. The First Step Act was the first step towards that, but it was a watered-down bill as well. It only dealt with federal inmates, which is all I guess it could, but it could have given more incentives for states to follow suit. But I did support that. I did support the First Step Act. Here's the thing, guys. We're getting in the weeds. Let's stay on the road, Tim Black. I want to ask everyone to remember, we don't need to be sounding like Steven Crowder, Ben Sub-Zero, or Rave Dubin. That's it. Don't sound like these people. You're sounding like them. And it hurts my feelings, man, because I know you're better than that. See, I know you're upset, I know you're pissed off, but if you start listening to their talking points and you start sounding like them, I'm like, is this a left channel or is this the Rave Dubin channel? For instance, this was it, January 6th commission thing. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, and we know it's not going to work, right? Is there anybody delusional enough to think Republicans would jump off a cliff and faceplant by voting for this thing? So it's not going to make it out the Senate, right? We know this, right? Come on, right? We all know it, right? This is an exercise. You might as well stand in place, do some jumping jacks, do some suicides. This is cardio, okay? It's exercise, okay? Some people are upset about stuff like this. They're like, this is a waste of time. This is a distraction. And you're right, it is. But also remember this. January 6th was jacked up. And you don't think the Republicans would be using that if I don't know, Black Lives Matter did some shit like that? You don't think they would be using this? You really think the Republicans would just be like, well, we need to move on to something else because, that happened 6 months ago or whatever, so we need to move on, guys. So what if President Bernie Sanders, So what if pretend Bernie Sanders was in office, or leaving office, or I don't know, pretend it's Bernie, okay? So pretend it was Bernie. And Bernie, it's a crazy thought, right? And instead of it, just flip everything from the way it was, Republican President Donald Trump, flip it, pretend it was Bernie, and pretend it was Black Lives Matter, not a bunch of mostly 95% white guys, maybe 98% white guys, okay? Or white folks. Let's pretend, okay? That it wasn't the Proud Boys, it was Black Panthers, Black Lives Matter type organizations, and they went up in the Capitol. Let's just pretend. Do you think the Republicans would just walk away from getting as much mileage out of this as humanly possible? Then why do you expect the Democrats to? I thought we said both parties suck. See, this is the thing I'm getting to. Politics is dirty business. But that's still not a reason to sound like damn Raven Croder and Dave, whatever, Rabbit Dog Dave, whatever his name is. Right? Like, so we understand it's a waste of time to do this, but the Republicans waste our time every time they open their mouths. Mitch McConnell wastes our time every time he talks. Jesus Christ, we can't get rid of Manchin, we got Sinema, and there are other Democrats in the way as well. So I'm just saying, like, I know it's frustrating, it's hard, it pisses you off if you're a human being that wants something better out of this country for your kids, for your grandkids, for your neighbors, for yourselves as well. You live here. If you want better foreign policy, domestic policy, reparations, less student debt, get rid of student debt, a livable wage, $22 is what it should be. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it just hurts me, man, that we got good people sounding like Pepsi Zero, Pepsi Supero. You know what I'm saying? Now, if your thing is, screw you, Tim Black, this is where the money is, I guess there's nothing I can say to you. Just remember, the audience that you bring home is the audience you got to feed, Johnson. Why do you think my numbers fall off? Because accidentally, when I was talking about things like Julian Assange, elections, and other things like that, I developed some people in my fan base who don't care about issues that I really care about. So that's my bad. These people don't care about cop shootings and reparations or these other things. So when they see videos like that, they unsubscribe. So I'm a cautionary tale for be careful of the audience you get. Not all good views are good views. Back to this thing, guys. Back to this thing. January 6th was a bad deal, okay? It was a bad deal. If a bunch of black folks did it, it'd be another Tulsa massacre out this motherfucker. Do you understand what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from? You do know that, right? I mean, they can't even take us taking a knee. They took Nancy Pelosi's desk, and they can't take Colin Kaepernick taking a knee on a football field. Get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? The hypocrisy here? But remember this. Police union says 140 officers were injured in the Capitol riot. 140 officers injured in the Capitol riot. Here goes the statement that they said about it. The head of the Capitol Officers Police Union said, I have officers who were not issued helmets prior to the attack who have sustained head injuries. You hear that? He said there are cops who got head injuries. They got hit in the head with stuff. if a cop sustained a paper cut, beating me and throwing me in the back of a squad car, some of these conservatives will lose their damn minds. Oh my God, he cut his finger. You got your blood on him. This happened, you know. Cops sued black citizens for bleeding in their squad cars. Damn. Why when I'm doing a show, you know? Horrible. We got officers. One officer has 2 cracked ribs, 2 smashed spinal discs. Another was stabbed with a metal fence stake. Just to name some of the injuries. So that's that. Now, I know the cops opened the doors. The cops opened the doors. Yeah, you know what? A lot of protests for George Floyd had people who are anarchists who wanted to destroy stuff. Did that change the Republicans' talking points about that shit? It didn't change it, did it? Okay? Even if you say, oh, some cops agreed. Don't be a conservative person. Just don't adopt those talking points of Ben Zero and Steve Lauder, right? And just go along with the talking points because all that shit ain't true. How they get hurt then? If everybody was in on it, how everybody get hurt? How 140 people get hurt? And if everybody was in on it, why did this happen? Angry, right? More than 70 officers left the U.S. Capitol Police since January 6th riot. Why'd they quit? "81 Capitol Police officers were assaulted. 81 Capitol Police were assaulted during the siege, according to federal filings by federal prosecutors. They did not detail all the injuries sustained by officers. 65 D.C. police officers suffered injuries, including several concussions. I guess that was from all the shaking hands and taking pictures. And also, look, I'm telling you this because it's not cut and dry. And some people are making it seem like it's very cut and dry, like nothing happened, it's all BS. Nothing happened, Tim. What are you talking about? Nothing happened. No, something happened. Something absolutely happened. Something happened where there would have been a mass murder probably if it would have been us doing it. Right? Bunch of Bernie supporters or a bunch of black folks or Bernie supporters, whatever you want to call it. People that they don't like. These are supposed to be people they like. There were cops brokenhearted. These are my people. These are those cops are like, these are our people. These are our conservative friends, and they're doing this to us. They're hitting us with stuff. They're beating them in the head with a metal flagpole or something. So I'm just saying, like, this is a dirty business. I know it is. In fact, if I would have known it was going to be this dirty, I don't know if I'd be in it because politics is dirty. It just is. The only reason I stay in it and don't just turn into a guy doing more upbeat type content is because I got kids and I actually care about this country. And I've developed a community and we actually care about one another and we want to do our part to make things better. And if I have a voice that's unique in this space, maybe it can do some good in the world. That's really it. That's all. But this notion that everything the Democrats do is bad and the Republicans, there's no smoke for Republicans, there should be some smoke for them. Just for being hypocrites as well. Both parties are hypocritical as hell. They are. We need more parties. People should be held accountable for, I don't know what you want to call it, a riot on the Capitol. Are you crazy? Republicans are passing laws that we can't even protest. It's okay to run us over, right? Right? That's what they're doing. What was it, Florida, Texas, one of these? And we're supposed to let them hold a riot in the Capitol? And we're just supposed to look the other way on it? Like, if we're progressive, we shouldn't allow that shit. I mean, why do they get to do whatever they want to do? And I know some of it is complicity. Complicit folks as well. I understand that. So, all I'm trying to say is it starts to sound, it sounds really bad when it seems like all we're doing is sounding like them, right? And letting them off the hook. And I don't want to let their asses off the hook because I know they wouldn't let us off the hook. Not one bit. And I say us, I mean progressives. I don't mean Democrats. I'm not a Democrat. So please don't come at me with that you're a Democrat shit. That's racist talk. You think because I'm black, I'm a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. You just think that because you see a brown-skinned person. Me and Jim Clyburn share the same hue, but we don't share the same politics. So there's really nowhere to go other than to fight the establishment. I get that. And to push hard as hell, and I think that's what we're all trying to do. But it just infuriates me, man, when people are good people, and I think they're good people, and out of frustration, they might as well line up behind Ben Shapiro and freaking Tucker Carlson. So I got to be a voice. I'm going to use my voice to say, don't do that shit. That doesn't help anything. First of all, those policies hurt people like me. They hurt people in my family. So before you go on that side of the fence, because I've lost people to that side of the fence, okay? And people that didn't like Democrats tuned into my show and thought I was on that side of the fence just because I called out Democrats. So the lines got blurred. I'm trying to unblur them. That's all. Those fuckers think people that don't want to make barely able to live in a house, live with a roof over their head wages, means that people don't want to work. When all people want are wages that are reasonable. Wages that they don't have to have two or three jobs. When I went to South Carolina last year, just before Clyburn and the rest of the Democrats stabbed us in the back, when I went there and interviewed people, I talked to two doctors. I think it were two doctors. No, scientists. They were both working two jobs. They were a couple. Just to make the bills, meet the bills. That's it. They were like teachers. A white couple. Struggling like hell. These assholes say if those people got stimulus, now they don't want to go back to working Uber or whatever the hell, horrible job, because it don't pay enough. Now they blame those people for not wanting to do that, when they could just raise the minimum wage. Get what I'm saying? So it's hard to say. I say both parties suck, but somebody's sucking a little harder, don't they? When it's like, okay, I do have some people, like I had an interview today with a member of the Democrats, who at a bare minimum says we need $15 an hour, and it needs to be adjusted for inflation yearly. I don't hear Republicans talking like that. It's from where I come from, that matters, because I got nieces and nephews who they would love to pay the least amount of money to who have student debt up to here, okay? That's what I have in my family. I don't know what I know some of you got some of that in your family as well. So all I'm saying is, we're going to have to fight like hell. And we all got a right to be upset. We all have a right to be upset. Once again, if you're not upset, I don't know what's wrong with you. You must be hard of hearing and can't see. Don't pay attention, too busy watching Netflix or Hulu or some shit, okay? Because this is horrible what's going on. I don't care where you come from, what you worship, who you date, none of that. You should be upset. But for the love of God, man, don't turn into Ben Shapiro and Bucker Blawson on me because you're so pissed off with Pelosi. We have to get rid of her. We got to keep fighting to get rid of her, okay? So let's double down and support the people that we have any type of belief in. That's why I supported Shahid Buttar twice. There are people complaining about Nancy Pelosi who didn't support Shahid Buttar. I got to wonder where your incentive was. I got to wonder where your heart was. I wanted to get rid of Debbie Wasserman so badly. I supported her challenger twice because I really wanted to get rid of this person. And I didn't succeed. And I pissed. And I hate that. I hate losing that. I hate losing. I wanted Manchin out, so I supported person running against him twice. So I try to channel my frustration and my anger. So think about that. You're looking at a guy who takes it personal the way the Democrats use this as tokens. A person who covers this daily. So I know all the ins and outs of how they use black folks as tokens. Disrespect us, never give us our due, unless it's symbolic bullshit. I had to sit through them wearing that kente cloth bullshit. You know how that felt, being a person who covers this on a daily basis? I mean, it's one thing if you have another job and you don't see this shit every day. But if you have to not only see it fleetingly, but you have to read about it, and that's your job, it could be very upsetting, Johnson. Very upsetting. So I have to sit through that. Then I intimately know candidates who will make this country a better country that I fought for, spoke to, talked to offline, talked to in phone conversations, supported, met in real life. You understand what I'm saying? Who I wanted to win because that would change the dynamics of Congress, of this country. And we fucking lost. And some of them lost because they was cheated. And hit jobs were done on them. So if you got a problem with the Democratic Party, I get you. And I don't even know if you got a bigger problem with them than I do. Did you work on 4 personal friends who were candidates who would have helped change the face of America? Help change our politics to some degree, and you couldn't get them to the door, but you knew they were better people. You knew they stood up for the people more. And they had big money against them, and you couldn't win? Maybe you did. But all I'm saying is I'm with you. So anybody watching this now who thinks, oh, Tim's saying just go along to get along, you don't listen well. What I'm saying is with all that frustration, I tried to use it for the next person, for the next challenge. But what I refuse to do is make me so bitter that I'm rooting for the same people that could give a damn about me and my kids and my grandkids, could give a damn about poor people who are more corporate than the corporate Democrats, who are horrible as well and more corporate and could give a damn about a minimum wage increase, who wouldn't hear shit we have to say about increasing anything. And would cry if a cop sprained his ankle kicking me in the ass, but won't say shit when a bunch of their supporters rush the Capitol and beat the shit out of 140 cops. They don't even want to investigate it. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Don't let it make you so bitter that you become one of them. That's all I'm saying. It's hard because you got to walk that thin line, man. You can hate both parties. Don't turn into Tucker Carlson. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go to the next thing. Hope people get. All right. Now this is I heard a lot of talk about Black Lives Matter. A lot of talk about Black Lives Matter and lots of money that this organization had been able to pull in, and then like conversations about money going places in people's bank accounts, and that filtering out to the other organizations and not making its way to the victims of police brutality and their families. That's what I read. Did you hear about this? Here goes the update on some of that. Here goes a little update anyway. Who is this person? Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors resigns amid controversy. She resigned. Now, this is the lady that Patrisse Cullors, she'd been at the helm of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation for nearly 6 years. Saying she's leaving now because she wants to focus on a book and TV deal. That's what she says. Her last day with the foundation is today. She said, I created the infrastructure and the support and the necessary bones and foundations so that I can leave. It feels like the right time, like the time is right. Yeah, the time is right. The time is right because it seems that you're in the middle of a controversy. It says that something about your personal wealth. It says here that the group's finances and Cullors' personal wealth, including an alleged real estate buying spree in which she snagged four high-end homes for $3.2 million in the U.S. Is you saying you bought it for somebody else? Why is your name on them? Because this is according to the property records. Cullors said her departure has been in the works. It's not tied to these attacks. She said those were right-wing attacks that tried to discredit my character. And I don't operate off of what the right thinks about me. No, it's not just the right. I hate when people say that. Oh, these are right-wing attacks. No, it's not right-wing attacks. I want to know, too. I ain't left-handed, but I'm a lefty. I want to know, too, mofo. What's up with the money? The BLM Foundation revealed in February that it took in just over $90 million last year. 1 year, Johnson. 1 year, $90 million. This was following the murder of George Floyd. The foundation said it ended 2020 with a balance of more than $60 million after spending nearly a quarter of its assets on operating expenses, grants for Black-led organizations, and other charitable giving. Critics of the foundation contend money, or more of the money, should have gone to the families of those who were hurt. The victims of police brutality. You know, the reason for the founding of the organization. Someone here by the name of Reverend T. Sherry Dickerson, president of an Oklahoma City BLM chapter, representative of the BLM 10, a national group of organizers that has publicly criticized the foundation over the funding and transparency, says, I know some of the families are feeling exploited. They're paying exploited. And that's not something I ever wanted to be affiliated with. Colors of the foundation have said that they do support families without making public announcements or disclosing dollar amounts. Well, if that's the case, who are the people talking to Ms. Dickerson? Evidently, you missed a couple people. Look, guys, I'm aware that people get attacked and things may not always be how they appear on the outside. But don't you think you got to be concerned about that? Yeah, when you run a nonprofit organization and you blinging, that's a problem. How arrogant is it for you not to realize that you are a public servant in a public advocacy position that's a nonprofit to help black people? How arrogant of you to think people wouldn't wonder where the hot houses came from. Who the hell are you? Folks, I have wore shirts on this show. And I've had deranged people say, wow, it could be a $20 shirt. This is a $25 shirt. It's not a name brand, it's my brand. I put Tim Black on it to not promote any name brand people's shit. You know? And still, I have Looney Tunes people go, how'd you get a shirt so a black man can't have a shirt? So don't get me twisted. I'm not just out here wanting to attack this black woman, but she got 4 houses, dog. Spread the conspiracies around a little. I can't have a shirt. She can have 4 houses. Other people have $1 million houses. And y'all say, shut the hell up. So what I'm saying is, everybody gets scrutinized. That's part of the business. But when you got 4 houses totaling $3.2 million and you work for a nonprofit, there's no trust. And once again, how arrogant of you to think that you can do that. So I expect, you know what I expect, guys? I'm not wishing it, but I expect this. I expect there to be an investigation at some point. That's what I expect. I expect there to be a huge scandal that develops, more than what we've been hearing. People have just been talking, and people are feeling uncomfortable. There's something coming. Because that's how it works. That's how it works. Next. All right, guys, you ready for the segment? Folks, it's Nina time. That's right, guys. Let's get into the Washington, D.C., folks. Let's get into Washington, D.C. We need to do it. We need to do it. Now, look. Look, back here. So first thing first on that agenda, on our agenda of getting Nina Turner to Washington, D.C., my first announcement is, oh, man, I love doing the endorsements. See, endorsements are important because, well, we all love Nina Turner on the national level, even the international level, but what's also important are the endorsements that she gets, local endorsements from people in Ohio that know her work and believe in her. They say if you can't make it at home, you can't make it nowhere. So let's look at those endorsements. My bad, I guess I'll just read them. This is big, guys. In a decisive moment in the Ohio 11th congressional race, U.S. congressional candidate Nina Turner has secured the backing of all Ohio Democratic state senators from Cuyahoga County to become the next congressperson to represent the district. Give it up for that. Give it up for that. That's huge. That's people who know you best. Cuyahoga County's Democratic State Senate delegation of Senate Minority Leader Kenny Yuko, Minority Whip Sandra Williams, and State Senator Nikki Antonio have all pledged support for U.S. congressional candidate Nina Turner. That's right. Also, let's not miss this one. This is a good one. Not to be forgotten. Another major endorsement happened. Katie Porter of California. Katie Porter of California. Today, Representative Katie Porter, who represents the 45th Congressional District in Orange County, California, endorsed U.S. House candidate Nina Turner in Ohio's 11th Congressional District. Give it up for that. Katie goes on to say, I'm proud to join my Progressive Caucus colleagues in endorsing Nina Turner for Congress. Nina has spent her historic career fighting for Ohio workers and families. She is ready to take that fight to Congress. Nina believes in an America that's committed to economic, racial, social, health care, and environmental justice for each and every one of us, said Congresswoman Katie Porter. Give it up for Katie Porter, y'all. That's right. I want to remind people about the pillars of Nina's campaign. I don't want you to miss this because look, I know, let me come back here for a second. I want to talk about some of the pillars of Nina's campaign before we move on to new ads and some other surprise I have for you. Because I want people to know, yes, I support Nina Turner because I trust in her vision for the country. But it's not just because she's a nice person, because she has a great stump speech, or that she knows how to deliver, and she knows how to deliver that speech and to excite people. It's not just that. It's what I believe that she believes in. So here are the pillars of her campaign. Just so that anybody who's watching, who's sort of on the fence, understands my commitment to it and why I endorse her. Check this out. She believes in economic justice, a living wage of at least $15 that adjusts for inflation, ensure the right of labor unions to collective bargain, prioritize new and small business development, protect Mother Earth, create millions of good-paying jobs, reinvesting in energy in the Green New Deal, increase protections and employment opportunities for our disabled community, healthcare justice, guarantee high-quality healthcare without premiums, expand coverage for mental health, long-term disability care, and reproductive and maternity care, lower prescription drug costs by preventing drug companies, and ensure us from gouging patients, protect our children from lead poisoning, ensure all communities have access to the COVID-19 vaccines, and of course, she supports Medicare for all. Racial justice, fix the entire criminal justice system from the judiciary to the streets, eliminate student debt in for-profit prisons, and immigration detention centers, go beyond declaring racism as a public health crisis, and work to quantify, eliminate health disparities, work to close the deeper, persistent racial, wealth, and income gap. Yes, yes, yes. And she supports reparations. Okay. So, that's why I support her. Not just because she's a nice person. Not just because we like the way she talks. Not just because she knows how to move the crowd and inspire people and touch hearts, but because she believes in policies that I happen to believe in as well. Now, she's got a new campaign ad out. New campaign ad out that speaks about something that's important for this country in this moment. It's very important. In fact, it's been important for as long as we've been a country, and that is racial justice. Here it is.
Racial injustice is a scourge on this nation, and the Black community has felt it for generations. We have an obligation to do something about it. Whether it's canceling student debt, increasing the minimum wage, or investing in Black-owned businesses, the Black community deserves so much better. I'm Nina Turner, and I'm running for Congress to do something about it.
That's right. Do something about it, Johnson. Okay. Now, I told you earlier that I had an opportunity to interview a Democrat. That Democrat was Nina Turner, Senator Nina Turner. We sat down, we had a conversation. That video will be out tomorrow, but for my Wolfpack members, people watching right now, I want to give you just a little bit of an excerpt or a teaser for that interview. One of the questions I've heard, see, how can I put this? We're progressives. Most of my audience is progressive. And if they're not progressive, they believe in a lot of progressive policies like Medicare for all. They may not call themselves progressive, but they believe in Medicare for all, erasing student debt. They believe in environmental concerns, clean water, clean air. They believe in these things, right? They believe in ending the racial wealth gap. These things matter to them as well. They think they are important. They just don't wear a name tag, and that's cool. Hell, sometimes I want to get rid of my name tag. But here's the thing. There are moderate Democrats. There are less than progressive Democrats in the Democratic Party. Isn't that why some people are frustrated with the Democrats? Is that they got their Joe Manchins and their Kristen Sinemas, and they got all these other people. They got their Nancy Pelosi's and these people that call themselves, but they're not really progressive, but they like saying it. So in order to win an election, you got to talk to those people too, and you got to explain to them why you're in their best interest, even if they think you go too far with policy. That's the question that I posed to Nina Turner today. I said, how's it going convincing these people who may say, you're too much like Bernie. You're a socialist. You're too progressive. Here's her response. Folks are saying that Nina may be a little bit too progressive, but I don't think that's a possibility considering where we are, Nina. What's been the reaction to people on the ground? What are they saying to you?
It's been amazing. And, it's funny because I had an opportunity to interview earlier today on a local station, and that exactly what you just said. The question was, what do you say to people who say you're a little too progressive, a little too left? And I said, well, let me count, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways, Is it too left or too progressive to care that everybody in this country has universal health care and they don't have to contemplate whether or not they go to the doctor or not because they can't afford it? Is it too left or too progressive to call out the pharmaceutical industry for the massive amounts of wealth that they're making at other people's expense, including up to people dying because they don't have access to the medication? Is it too progressive or too left to believe that we need to cancel student debt in the United States of America, which has a class and a caste component, meaning that Black women hold the largest amount of student debt in the United States of America? And you talk about a racial justice issue, an economic justice issue. You can have that all in one fell swoop if the president of the United States of America would just cancel student debt, which he does have the authority to do. Is it too progressive or too left to care about the environment, to make sure that we take care of Mother Earth, that we try our best, both as a nation and as a world, to reverse the damage that human beings and all of our arrogance has done to this earth so that we can live a good life right in this moment in future generations? Let me shout out Sunrise Movement while I'm on that one. Black. So no, the answer is, if you lost your health care, no, I'm not too progressive. Right. If you need paid family medical leave, Sister Turner is not too progressive. If you depend on clean water, clean air, clean food, and want somebody that's going to go to that Congress to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God, then no, I'm not too progressive.
Absolutely. That is so well said. That's a great response, and you're a pro at this. No, because it's like they make it sound like you're Oprah Winfrey. You know how she used to give out cars. You get a car, you get a car. You talk about healthcare. You know, you're talking about people having people having a place to live. People not worrying about their student debt and being able to pursue their dreams and not be buried under mountains, starting their lives and then they're buried. My son, it really slowed his roll with his education, just all that debt. And I know you're aware of what's going on with that. And I think it's a no-brainer. We got Joe Biden and we got a chance.
I mean, is it too left to want people to live a good life? And there are policies, policies that go along with that. To me, poverty is a policy decision. And so that has been done deliberately to create a class of people who are among the ultra, ultra, ultra wealthy. See, I got to keep putting some ultras on that thing because this is real. That's the kind of the gulf between the poor, the working poor and the middle class and people who are the most wealthy in this country by monetary standards. There are 3 white men who control more wealth than the 160 million people combined. And trust, if they were black, I would say black. If they were a woman, I would say a woman. But 3 white men control more wealth than 160 million people in this country combined. There is something unseemly about that. Is that too far left to call that out?
Yep. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not too far left or too progressive. It needs to be called out. I'm just going to say this. I'm excited at the prospect of hearing Nina Turner say that on the Capitol floor, being able to put those words into the consciousness, not just of Ohioans, but all of America, so they can all get a taste of this and understand what we actually stand for. A force of nature. We want equality. And I love the way that she presents that. So look, guys, if you're interested in helping a true fighter for the people to go to Congress, go to ninaturner.com, become a supporter. If you can't give, you can't donate. If you can't do that, volunteer. You can phone bank on your phone. You don't have to leave your home. You can call, make phone calls. You can text bank. You can be a part of this. And I think I would like to encourage everyone, all the Wolfpack, to get involved in it. Because we got a shot. When I talked earlier about those people that I wanted to help win and I was unable to help them win, I gotta help this. This is for the babies. This is for the kids. All right? Go to ninaturner.com. Now, yeah, man. This is crazy how this time it turns out. Look. They still hate Bernie Sanders, man. Oh, they hate this guy. It's like people just hold grudges, man. Grudge after grudge after grudge. I'm on Twitter, and then I saw this. No, it was Instagram. I saw this on Instagram, guys. Check this out. It's hilarious. Book reveals Bernie hotel demands king-size beds and 60-degree rooms. Yeah. Can you believe this, man? Can you believe this? This is what it was. This was a reputable newspaper. Printed this. There's a book out where they say Bernie Sanders, that bastard, he wanted a king-size bed in a 60-degree room. How dare he? What an elitist, wanting a king-size bed. Not a gold bed. No, just a bed that's a big bed. Just a king-size bed. That's it. He didn't want somebody fanning him with one of those big Egyptian things. I used to see him in those old movies. They would try to reenact the Egyptian times or Grecian times, Roman period or whatever. No, he didn't expect someone to fan him. Just cut the Set the thermostat. Set the freaking thermostat, that's all. This is something worth talking about. Evidently, not only talking about, putting in a book, Johnson. Man, they hate Bernie Sanders, man. Jesus, this guy is despised. In an excerpt from Battle for the Soul inside the Democrats' campaign to defeat Donald Trump. Oh, this is who wrote this. This guy, Edric Isaac Dovier, reports that following Sanders' surprisingly strong 2016 campaign, the Democratic Socialist staffers put together a Senator Comfort memo detailing his specifications for each hotel stay on his travels. Oh, he had to have a king-size bed. Someone wants to talk about what Trump had to have. Somebody had lawsuits, Johnson. Look, guys. Look, we don't got to beat a dead horse on this. Sometimes when people dislike you and people go after you, it's a good thing. It shows that whose side you on. Obviously. Sanders required that his room be kept at 60 degrees, even if it meant opening a window. Oh, God. Oh, my God. He sleeps hot. What? What? What's the problem? They're making him sound like he's Beyonce or something. Like he's Robin Thicke or something. Like he's a singer. Like this, like stars are notorious, for like wanting like special treatment or whatever, like having a list of things. Like he's a diva because he wants a king size bed and the thermostat set at a number. If you live your life in and out of hotels, and when people book your hotel, they say, well, he would like this, and he would like, that's kind of basic. I mean, I haven't been on TV that often. A couple times. No, more than once. I've been in green rooms, right? Okay, so when you go somewhere, even little, go to a show, to do a show, they have a green room with snacks and stuff. You can say, hey, could I get a beer? Or, hey, can I get cold water? Or, hey, can I get a spring water? Or, hey, can I get, the bubbles water or whatever? Like, you can make requests. It's not considered like, oh, this prima donna wanted a Pepsi. No, it's just like regular. It's not a big deal. Now, when you start making other requests, there's other things people request to do about nothing. Okay, moving on. They hate him, man. They just hate this guy. They see fire, eyes and shit. Okay, guys. Back by popular demand, a segment that I love to do called Feel Good, Damn It. That's right, feel good, damn it. Feel good, damn it. And I named it that because I wanted a segment. Look, I named it that. I named it that name that's kind of offensive. That's good. I want the name to be offensive. That way no one will steal it. See, people steal things. Or then sometimes you're just not creative enough. Because the thing is like common word, like, mass confusion. Like, that's so easy to come up with. 20 people came up with it. I'm not saying they took it from me, but you want something that most people won't use because it's, it'll be obvious where it came from. So anyway, this week's Feel Good Damn It episode is really something special. Check it out.
How's it going? Have you gotten your stimulus check yet?
Excuse me?
Have you gotten your stimulus check yet?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
I don't get one.
Why?
I was in the military. I got other things that was going on before.
Oh.
I didn't have that. So what's up?
Oh, I'm just
I don't have none of that.
yeah, I'm actually just going and giving it to people that haven't gotten it yet. That's $1,200 count it up just to make sure, though.
You serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't get no money. I don't get no money.
Yes, you do. It's right there.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, man. No problem, bro.
Man. Fuck.
Yeah, man. That's it's all yours.
You serious?
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, man?
Who are you, bro?
I'm nobody.
Yes, you are. You're
I'm just
somebody, bro.
No, I'm just doing my job. What's your name, by the way?
What's your job?
What's your name?
Cox.
Cox?
Gary Cox.
Gary Cox. My name's Juan.
How you doing, Juan?
Good. Well,
I'm totally. I've never had anybody.
hey, man, I have to leave you now, but that's all yours, and I hope you appreciate it. I don't know. Just trying to help a brother out.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
Love
I'll see you around.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
You too.
Wow, man, that is something else, man. That's something else, man. That gives you hope in humanity, doesn't it? Little hope. Give it up one more time for that, man. That right there, that's everything. Damn it, that's magic. You know, that is magic. My favorite part of it is he was speechless. Mr. Cox was speechless. He didn't know what to say. He's like, I don't get anything. I don't really understand his reason. Something about the military or veterans, something. Or, guess he didn't qualify for some stupid reason. There's probably a lot of people who didn't qualify for stimulus checks. And just so taken aback and so startled and surprised and just unbelievable that somebody did something like this for him. And I think the guy said his name was Han, or Juan, or Han. I couldn't get that, but Mr. Cox asked him, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm nobody." That right there, man. That right there. I'm nobody. This is about you. This ain't about me, man. This is about you, sir. And the icing on the cake, I'm just trying to help a brother out. Give it up for that, man. Give it up for that. See? Give it up for that. We get so cynical, and we get so cynical because of everything we've been through. But we got to leave a little bit of room, man. We got to leave a little something, right? A little space to have a little bit of hope. And that may mean sometimes that you're going to be disappointed in people. And that may mean sometimes you get let down, right? But you got to leave that little bit of space because there are Hans out there. And if there aren't any, go be a Han. Last but not least, guys, I don't know the name for this segment, but I think we should have one. Crazy stuff. I don't know. Now that's too generic too. People, that's not original enough. But anyway, just to put this up. Check this out, guys. Did you see this on Twitter? I want to share it with you. So people were looking at this, and they said, Ted Cruz ate a fly.
The debate last night.
Take a sip of water. And it's socialism at a level we've never seen before, and with a predictable result.
Look, the debate last. Look, the debate last night. Look, the debate last night.
Take a sip of water. And it's socialism at a level we've never seen before, and with a predictable result, correct?
Look, the debate last night.
Man, that just goes to show you, Johnson. That goes to show you the level. That goes to show you how good people are with the Photoshop. and the Premiere Pro and the Final Cut Pro. Like, people know how to edit, man. They know how to edit so good, you'll fall for it. So a lot of people fell for this. They thought that first video with the fly, that was all doctored. That didn't happen. The second video is the real video. So a fake video that shows Cruz slurping up a fly and washing it down with a swig of water during an appearance on Fox News went viral Wednesday night with the hashtag #ToadCruz. It's appropriate that a fly landed on Turd Cruz. So now he's also Toad Cruz. Get it? Toad Cruz with the flies, because he ate a fly, so he's a toad, he's a frog. Not that funny, but you get it. The video surfaced on Twitter Wednesday night with the addition of the fly. As of Thursday morning, Toad Cruz was still top trending tweet, according to Trends 24. But of course, we know it was doctored. It wasn't real. And also, Ted Cruz is not real either. He's a skin job. He's a cyborg. He's not a real person. No, he's not. He's not a human being. He's something else. He's a robot, an evil robot. Gotta get that guy out of there. Get him out of there. Well, look, guys, tomorrow will be a day of phone calls. It's the Freedom Friday show. You call up and you'll be able to talk, and you won't have to listen to me the whole show. You can call up and you can talk, and you also have other callers to listen to. So be here tomorrow for the Tim Black Freedom Friday show, the Tim Black Show. Also, I have that full video, my full interview with Senator Nina Turner. I hope you'll be here to check that out. I will launch that on the channel tomorrow. What else? If you like this content, go become a member. Go to jointimblack.com. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter, man. What else? I think that's it. I think I got anything else. Oh, yeah. Super chat comments. Let's go check out comments. Tony G says, thank you for talking about white privilege, which not enough people talk about. Give it up for Tony D. David Melford says, S&T has more than 8,900 founding grassroots donors with an average of $26 donation. David Melford, you are my brother. And then Tony D, what'd you say, Tony? The Republicans are full-on fascists who want protests illegal. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Isn't that hypocritical as hell? Hypocritical as hell. So they want protests illegal. Right after they do the most, I don't know, one of the most memorable protests in the history of the world that went so far as called an insurrection. But now they want to ban protests. And then they don't want to investigate their protests that injured 140 cops. Not hypocrites at all. That's what I'm saying. It's a bowl of steaming hot rice Shitzies. Rice Shitzies. That's what it is. I know I missed one comment, and that's not right, so I gotta look it up. I missed one of my commenters, my first comment. I don't know who it was, but we'll find out, Johnson. It was Solly Walker. Okay. Yeah, you know, Solly, I had Funky Academic on the show. Solly Walker wants me to bring Funky Academic back on the show. He should bring me on his show. He's been on my show. Solly's been on my show before. Damn. Solly, Arabi's been on the show. My turn to go on his channel. What? You don't have guests on? I don't know. But now I like Arabi, man. We've talked. So, obviously. And, yeah. But I appreciate the super chat. And thank you for the suggestion. That is it. That is all, guys. That's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe. And remember, don't let nobody take your cornbread. And what do we got to do? We got to sprinkle some facts on them. I'm Tim Black. I'll catch you on the next one. Johnson's. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out to my supporters. Thank you, Patreons, for supporting this show. We don't have this show without you. Thank you. I love you. Next time, Johnson. Let me ask you. Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe.
Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't be fooled by corporate media talking heads misleading the people. Get your news and information from an entity that keeps it real. Tim Black. Tim Black is the host of The Tim Black Show. Independent news that leaves you informed, inspired, and sometimes entertained, but always in the know. Go to timblacktv.com and sign up today. The Tim Black Show is news for people who can't stand the news. See you there.
Cool Streams TV, the best streaming service in the world. With over 2,000 channels. Watch it anywhere on your Android or iPhone. Watch it on your tablet or any Fire device. Premium channels, network channels, pay-per-view sports. Direct access to 24/7 customer service. Go to CoolStreamsTV.com and purchase your subscription. Cool Streams TV. We are the best in the business.